What's up, everybody? You like one-shots? I like one-shots, and one thing I've noticed browsing Twitter and Reddit and even in the YouTube comments is that there seems to be some misconceptions about shotguns in Warzone and how they work. One of the most common ones that I see is that a gun like the Howler can actually one-shot kill someone, at least they think they can. And at face value, I mean, yeah, it can technically, but against 2 plates or less. With full plates, it's just not possible with how much damage it does. To you guys watching this video who have seen my videos on my channel before, you know that's just not the case, and if it were, the Howler would probably be more used, I'd wager. There was actually a time when people thought all of the shotguns could deal like that 200 damage up close that pump actions do and kill in one shot, even ones like the Jack 12 and the R90, which again, it can't possibly happen, at least not in the way you're probably thinking. Also, it doesn't help if you're navigating the menus and you see that a lot of the descriptions for these shotguns are taken straight from their respective multiplayer game. So guns like the Howler or the lever action, the 410 Ironhide, say that they have a short one-shot kill range, and the descriptions are just totally misleading. So I don't blame the majority of casual players who don't watch YouTube videos on these guns and use these guns thinking, ah, sweet, I can't wait to down someone point blank in one shot, only to take 3 shots from 5 feet away. So with today's video, I think it's time we dispel some of those notions and ideas of what shotguns can or can't actually one-shot kill, and I'm going to show you a comprehensive list of all the possible shotgun builds that can one-shot. As in, kill a player with 250 health in one shot, full plates and all. I'll even throw in my preferred way to run some of these shotgun builds. As always, check the timestamps below. So we have 14 shotguns as of today in Warzone that are available to use. Of these total 14, we have 6 of them that can actually pull off clean one-shot kills. These are the Model 680, the VLK Rogue, the 725, the Origin 12, the R90, and the Combat Shotgun from Vanguard. You may notice 5 of the 6 are Modern Warfare shotguns and only 1 Vanguard shotgun. And if you've watched my content before, you probably know where this is going, but to get these one-shot kills, you need to use these bad boys. No, not those. These. Slugs. Slugs have been some of the most underutilized ammo types in Warzone, despite their really high damage output. They have some quirks that make them very difficult and unforgiving to use in most cases, which I won't go over in detail on this video because I've done many slug shotgun videos already talking about it in length. But in order to get these shotguns to one-shot kill, every single one of them has to use slugs. There is no ammo type out there, buckshot, incendiary, dragon's breath, buck, and slug. Nothing besides slugs on these particular shotguns can one-shot kill people with full plates, at least of this video's date. I've tried extensively, and these are the only ones that I could find, so until they decide to buff some slugs for the other shotguns, like the Vanguard Double Barrel, which has to be one of the worst shotguns in the game, then stick to these. The big thing to know here is that one-shots are only possible using slugs, and only when you hit headshots. So slugs are not always the best option for newbier or more beginner players because they're really hard to get headshots with. Now, how far can these things one-shot? Well, the 725 we start off with basically has that infinite range one-shot headshot. It's infamous. Everyone loves it and knows about it. It's easily the best sniper of the bunch for that reason. Next is one of my new personal other favorites, the Combat Shotgun. With just the base slug ammo type and nothing else, it can one-shot up to 15 meters with a headshot. Attachments can help, but you're not looking to get past 17 meters at best, so just focus on aim down sight speed instead with this one. As for the other 4 Modern Warfare shotguns, the sad thing is their one-shot kill ranges are basically only up to about 2 to 2.5 meters with the base guns. That's not really practical and only helps in a panic when you need to get someone out of your face, but it's slugs, so it's a bit harder to hit that headshot more consistently, save for maybe the Origin 12 since it can actually be spammed. With attachments, these ranges do go up for each gun, but you're not looking at a range more than about 4 meters or so max for most of these for those one-shot headshots. I know, it seems like I keep talking these things down now after talking them up for those one-shot kills. Now that you know how to get these one-shot kills with these guns, which ones are my favorites? What are some of my favorite builds to run? Well, the 725 is a given. The class I like to run is this bad boy here, which is just insanely fast and highly mobile, and you can one-tap at insane distances and use this as sort of an iron sight sniper shotgun. If you want, you can just take off the sawed-off barrel and use the Brownlee scope instead if you want to use a sight. My next go-to is the Combat Shotgun, albeit one of the more hard ones to use. This class is going to focus on aim down sight speed mainly, with a slight focus on sprint to fire speed since you really need it for these Vanguard shotguns. And since we just used the Chariot barrel instead of the sawed-off barrel for damage, we don't hurt our accuracy at all with this barrel, so it balances out nicely to shots more precise. The next favorite of mine is the Origin 12, and obviously it's probably the most meta of the bunch since it's more forgiving than the other one-shot shotguns, but this is my preferred class for it. Notice we have no barrel, and if you wanted to run sleight of hand, you could easily trade out one of the attachments if you really wanted to, but this is easily one of the best slug shotguns in the game. It's up there with the Jak 12, but the Jak 12 doesn't actually one-shot headshot, and that's what I really wanted to focus on with this particular video. The other shotguns are totally fine. They're still fun, but they're more difficult to use. The R90, it's got those 2 taps that are really awesome, but it's just really difficult to use. And there's a little bit of a kick between each shot, so it's kind of hard to use. Model 680 is very slow when it comes to the fire rate, and you better hit those headshots, otherwise it's going to be a struggle. And slugs overall on the Modern Warfare shotguns have bad travel time and velocity compared to the combat shotgun slugs, so it's just something to keep in mind. Now the big question here is that, do I think shotguns need more one-shot kill ranges, or do I think any of more of these shotguns need a one-shot kill range? And to that I say absolutely. I think mainly the ones that I want to have one are the Vanguard slug shotguns. To me, it's unacceptable that the double barrel with slugs can't one-shot kill, or that the Einhorn can't at all either with headshots. The Gracie Auto, it could stay as a 2-shot headshot if need be, but mostly that double barrel needs some love. It's just way too weak for how much you have to sacrifice when you use it. If you use slugs in the double barrel, which I just do not recommend, at least for the Vanguard double barrel, just good luck, have fun. You're not going to have fun. It's going to be awful. It's a really bad experience. I don't recommend it, but if you miss a headshot, God forbid you do, it's just not a good time. I'd be okay with some of the pump actions, meaning the base pump action or with buckshot having extremely small one-shot kill ranges, but nothing over that 3-meter range. And if it's something like the VLK Rogue with the more spammy type of playstyle, the range could be even lower. I don't think any of the semi-autos need that one-shot kill range, or the Jak 12, God forbid, that would be insane. But just something like the Model 680 where it's very slow, I think a little one-shot kill range isn't out of the question. It's never going to happen. I can guarantee it's never going to happen in Warzone at all, but it would be nice to see. And again, I'm saying nothing over 3 meters at most, even with all the attachments. That's where you want to stay. I just want it to be a little bit more rewarding if you're in their face, but you know, at the end of the day, it's not going to happen. They're still really strong. You just need to know how to move, and it's just kind of increasing that skill gap, if anything. But of course, this is just an idea. Who knows how it would actually play in game? You might have a lot of people that kind of try and abuse it by just sitting around doors, waiting behind them, waiting with a pump action, which is what I would be afraid of happening. But at the end of the day, that's more of a camping problem than a shotgun problem. And you know, you can make it to where you still need to hit a majority of pellets and not just 4 like you do now. But really, that's just an idea, like I said, and that is gonna do it for this video. So let me know down below, as always, what do you think about all of these shotguns that I mentioned? Do you have any favorites that stick out to you that you like to play around with for fun? Do you have any that you hate using, like me in the double barrel from Vanguard? And with all that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video.